Paul. Even Paul. It's it's weird because I didn't get baptized in this church, but I definitely got baptized because of it. Um, Going through life and growing up, every Sunday felt like the first part of the week. I went to school, went to football, did all those things, but I was always excited for church first. And going through like you guys know, doing the music and all those things, finding people who wanted to talk about God was really it was exciting and exhilarating because I remember going through all the kids' kingdom and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, the world. You go out in the world, it's not how it is here." I was like, I don't even know what that means. But then I finally grow up, and it's like you see the world, you're part of the world, and you're like, man, it just the things that you enjoy when growing up aren't the same things that you enjoy when you're in church. And I remember finally coming back to church and finally coming back after everything. And I remember talking to my dad. I was just like, Dad, I'm tired of doing things wrong, even though I feel like it's right. I'm tired of talking to people who say they love God, say they love Jesus, and then when we talk about it, it's like it's a manipulated concept. And I finally just started getting back into the Word, and God really just opened up to me and just really gave me the ability to see the difference of having fun on a Friday night at the bars or partying and having fun on a Friday night with a Bible group. And at first, I was a little against it because I was, just the party guy. I was like, you know what? I like to party. I like to do that. And I started hanging around different crowds of people who were different people of the faith, not just Springfield Church of Christ. And it really made me think like, man, I've always been in something like this. I've always felt a little bit different because the word hits different. I know the word, I always understood it, but going through the world and coming back and remembering all those Bible lessons and all those times, I did get put in time out a lot. I did get put in time out a lot. But thinking about all those times and just like all the love that everyone put into me, helped me put back in the love to everybody else. And everybody, gave me a chance, even though I never gave myself a chance. And I just really appreciate of it. So thanks to this church and thanks to everyone here. It's always good to come back and I think part of the first generation of this church. There's Harrison, there's Morgan, there's Austin, there's Logan, there's Shane, Sean. Sean's cool too. There's also, you know, both of Morgans. The Torreses, Nick, Trevor, Savannah, Robbie, Shelby, Megan. My fault. So yeah, I guess yeah, I guess I'm missing a few, So, all the Garys, everybody just yeah, Mac always at Austin's house, we'd always wrestle. So it is touching just to know that whenever you're out in the world, there's a place you can call home. So that's all I gotta say.
Thanks, Tony, for sharing. Um, I think, yeah, I think that it's truly amazing to see how much love you guys have shown, Tony and I. And like, I was just sitting here thinking, like, our family wouldn't even really be together if it wasn't for you guys. And a moment that stood out to me is I remember we were sitting at the head table at our wedding, and I remember just looking out, and I seen Derek. He was moderating the order of things, and I seen Dennis Lynn. He was the DJ, and I seen Mark Staff. He was back there serving, and I seen Austin, Shane. They were ushers, and I just look out and I see all these disciples who were helping us with our wedding, and it just truly impacted me. And I had Rob as my best man, and I was just thinking like, wow, this is really what it looks like because you guys did all that for me, so Melanie and I could spend our time together that day and with our family. And it was such a special event because her parents and sister was able to join us that day. And so we're just really super grateful for you guys being a part of our life and our family. And that's just one example of many ways you've blessed our house. And we just want to thank you and tell you that we're truly grateful to be a part of this church.
have much sleep last night, so my brain is kind of scattered. But I do want to thank everybody for coming. I just did not imagine that you guys would come from all the faraway places that you came. I didn't think people loved us like that. I think, oh my gosh. So just thank you for, coming. We love you guys and we miss you, and we just remember the great relationships that we had and we still have. We just don't get to see you as much. Cherish. I cherish the times that we had from the beginning. When we first came, there were 8 of us here that came from Champaign. Pete and Joe were already here, and so we joined them, and we were meeting in all different places. I do remember when, at a point, we had Tony was leading our group Bible discussion in the apartment of our living room, the living room of our apartment. Yeah, one of those things. And then we had 3 bedrooms, and in each of the 3 bedrooms we had like individual personal Bible studies going on. And we were just always like reaching out at the malls, Julie, Corey, all you guys, Gail. We were on a mission, really trying to make Springfield happen. And over the years we grew, and then things happened, and then things, that's the hard part for me really, is trying to find the celebration in what happened. It's like, where are we? So when they started talking about having a 30th year celebration, I was like, what do we celebrate? I really struggled with that. And eventually I just was like, okay, I'm just going to pray and just try to jump on board with what everybody else is talking about. It's like, okay, maybe I'll get there. But, really looking at not just the numbers, but how God has really impacted our hearts in so many different ways. Right. And so many of you have had great impacts on my life. And, I will start with the prices. Guys, I know I was never been an easy person to deal with. You guys probably all know that by now. But Michelle was always the calm in the storm. No matter what, there could be a tornado going on around. Michelle was just going to be sitting there, and it's like, God's going to take care of it. She's not going to get flustered, and so, we were a storm. Derek and I were a storm. Our family, we were kind of a storm, but I just said, thank you guys. John was like, just be patient. Just hold on for a few more years, and I was like, I don't want to do that. So, but I thank you for your love and your support, even during the times when I was like, I don't want to hear it. I'm not going. I was ugly and bad and just kind of mean. So I'm sorry for being mean. And I thank you for just loving us, for loving me in the way that you did. And the Brogues, I know when you guys first came, you guys knew where I was. I was like, this ain't gonna work.
You could throw an 80s party, though.
Well, yeah, Damon was breakdancing at the 80s party. But I was in a bad place in my life. And I will say, really, at the end, and just had given up altogether. I had given up. And just sitting and, you guys were like, just come over and we can just hang out and just talk, and just really watching your marriage. I know you guys went in line for a couple of the years. I think you should have won. But just really watching your marriage and the way that you guys love each other. It was just inspired me to just have some more faith that, God could do amazing things in my life, and He has. And that's why I thank you for your example. I thank you for your love. Thank you for the way that you loved our kids, too. And they love you guys back. And then the Warmers came with Hurt to Hope and just rocked my whole world. I was like, what? That's who I am? So it was just amazing, really opening that door to Hurt to Hope and really looking deep and seeing, all these things that went on. I've never really talked about these things. I've never healed from any of this stuff that was happening in my life. And so I really appreciate them and all the work that they've done and continue to do with Her to Hope. And just appreciate all the love and all the time that you guys have all poured into our marriages, into our family, into the Springfield Church. You know, the fun times we've had with the lock-ins, the game nights that we had with, you know, all the people from the beginning, all that stuff I cooked that I didn't even know what it was, because I don't cook. You guys know, I mean, I just throw stuff. They were like, what are we having? I don't know. It's just some vegetables and meat in the pot. I don't know what it is. But I just thank you for the great memories, the fun times, the love, everything that you've given. It's just been amazing, and I just can't thank you enough for your love. I love you guys. Thank you.
Anyone else? Well, well, what I want to do in just a moment, I want to take you on a brief, quick tour, but a couple of things I want to hit on before I take you on that tour. Two things I want to follow up on. First of all, as I reflect back over the years, God gave us the leaders we needed at the time we needed them. He gave us exactly who we needed. You know, the scripture talks about God determines the time and places where we live, so forth and so on. The same thing is true where we've been. So that's why I want to give you a quick history of where we've been to get you up to speed on us being here now at the Wash Street Mission. When we first arrived in 1995 here to Springfield, we met in the Red Lions room at the Hilton Hotel. Then we met at a little mini mall location on Clock Tower. Then we ended up buying the building over on 4th Street in March of 2003, and we stayed there until December 2017. From 2017 to 2020, we met at the Southern View Community Center all the way up until the pandemic hit. And then when the pandemic hit, like Josh was saying, we couldn't meet there anymore, so we were doing a year of Zoom meetings. Then on August 1, as a matter of fact, 2021 was our first church service here at the Wash Street Mission. And of course, that was when the Lutzes came, and then they started leading the church at that time. And it just transformed a lot of things, and Josh summarized that very well, and all things coming together. We didn't have an office space before. I mean, we had one when we had the building, but of course we had to sell the building. After that, we didn't have office space. But when we came here, it was like they gave us an office here in this building. And as a matter of fact, the executive director who was here when we first joined, he was like, you know, I'm jealous of your church because, you know, this is where the church should be at, right here at the Wash Street Mission. And y'all having church service here on Sunday? He was excited for us. Then, in addition, it was like, eventually got to the call, it was like a fraction of what we were paying to meet at Southern View in the community center, which we needed because the finances weren't where we wanted them to be, but that helped us tremendously. And so here meeting at the mission, it's like Josh said, it's like if Jesus was going to be anywhere, this would definitely be a place he would be at amongst the people who people don't want to hang around with. And it's not just you know, unwanted people that be here as well. There are people who come and serve and try to love up on people. And it's like, and I hear it as, you know, God calling me personally to do the same thing. It's like somebody who, you know, you may stop and give $1 to who's standing on the corner, yet they come in here on Sunday. It's like, and sometimes you have great conversations with a lot of the guys that I've had a chance to talk to, but it's like a great opportunity to meet with them. So it puts us in the middle of where things are happening. And like I said, we didn't have an office space before, but now we have one up here, and they've been transforming the place. They laid down new flooring and redid one of the bathrooms. They're doing some work on the building. They're doing a lot of things, but also it's an opportunity for us to come on Saturdays once every 3 months. We come and serve some other churches here, serve breakfast on Saturdays. serve the poor and needy, and intermingle with them and have conversation with them. So it has set us up in a great way all the way around. And I know if you ask me this, in my mindset from where I've been before, I would not have come here, but then it was like, what's that saying? Necessity is the mother of invention. It's like we had no other place to go that we could afford to go, and we end up here, and it's like it opened my eyes to see, okay, maybe God is trying to tell us something. And I appreciate Josh ushering students because like he said, the 2 years he was here, we needed those 2 years to get into a routine as far as coming here, setting it up, getting it ready, because it took a lot of work to get to the point where we are now. And who knows, we may end up changing and move somewhere else, but for now, this is what God has us working with, and so we're trying to make the most of what God has given to us. Where we're at, what we're doing, this is where we're at. Unfortunately, or fortunately, we're just trying to make the best of what God has put us. So I also want to give some thank yous before I forget. I want to thank the Pauls for suggesting the idea of doing this event. Somebody mentioned 30th anniversary, and it kind of went over my head, and I definitely would not have been thinking about planning for it, but when he said it, it's like, it clicked like, yeah, oh man, that's awesome, awesome opportunity. Thank you to the 30th anniversary committee for meeting to plan this event, which is Raj and Ronnie Paul, Steve and Melanie Coons, Kevin Ford, and Jackie and I. Thank you to Vicki Johnson for coordinating video and pics. Thank you for that. Thank you for Corey Davis and Vicki Johnson for the fundraising to help pay for all of this. They got out the word. And thank you for the donors. A lot of people donated, which made it possible to be able to pull this stuff off. Thank you. I don't want to embarrass anybody saying specific names, but thank you for those who did donate. To Rob's staff for taking pictures of everything. His company name is Portrait Perfect by Rob. So he's volunteering his time to make sure we get the photos for this. Thank you to former members, former member Helena Cooper, who prepared the food. Yeah, she isn't here with us, but thank you. Thank you to Wash Street Mission for letting us use the facility. It was an awesome opportunity to use this. Thank you for all the presidents, Springfield Church of Christ members for working on committees, volunteering your time to clean the parking lot, clean the tables, chairs, and floors, setting up and cleaning up. As a matter of fact, we had from as young as Amelia Obo to as old as Bill Dodd out working on the parking lot, getting up the shrubbery. So everybody was working, all hands on deck. Thank you to all the former members who returned to grace us with their presence. Please stand up if you are a former Springfield Church of Christ member. If we could please have you stand. Janet, you used to be here too. Yep. Thank you to all the Yeah, thank you to Melissa. I thought I was flowing with my notes. Thank you for Melissa for handling the sound system and recording. I thought I skipped a spot. But last but not least, there was a lot of hard work to plan for this weekend event. A lot of work was done to coordinate cleaning, set up and break down, coordinate decorations, order the food, order mementos that you have on the tables, and other things. And that was done by none other than my wife, Jackie Williams. Yes. Yep, she knows how to throw a party, and so we're grateful that she went ahead and did it, because if it was left up to me, it wouldn't have come anything close to this, believe me. So at this time, like I said, I want to take you on a brief tour. It's not really much of a tour, but I want to show you the back area and then take you up and let you look at the office. Oh, by the way, I did want to say, a month before Josh Lutz was getting ready to leave, he got a generous donation to fix up the office upstairs. And so then shortly after that, he found out he was going to be leaving. He was like, still going to fix up the office. So he went ahead and used that money to fix up the office. And so we appreciate Josh hooking it up. 'Cause we got office space of our own. So,
And if you'd like to hang around for cake, we'll cut that as well.
yep. Do you have anything you want to add?
Yes, please, yeah. Got it. No worries. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Oh, wow, this is an amazing event. We just completed our celebrating our 30th anniversary back in India. It was amazing. And I don't know what happened. It should be a coincidence that the 30th anniversary of the Springfield Church of Christ also happened in the same year. And I have to be here. This was not the plan at all. I want to just retire and just go back to my place and settle, but God had a different plan. And coming here to Springfield, what a place. This is supposed to be a capital of Illinois. Is it not Chicago? And I'll come here and I find out two of my relatives are here, which I was surprised that, no way, Springfield? That's amazing. So God has a plan. And I'm looking at this group here, and the leaders who led you are rock solid leaders. I'm just amazed by what God has done through all of you. And I'm just looking at all of you and say, what changed? What changed Springfield? What made this church resilient? Well, the reason that this church has become resilient is because you are teaching the Word of God that you taught to these disciples here. And I think there's a deep sharing that I heard just from all of you. It meant a lot. Some of you were in tears. And I'm wondering why. It's the impact that the leaders had on all of you. And the backbone of the church is nothing but potlucks. And I say it because we love it. And that's what it is all about. But I think it is a joy to have the Word of God, like 119 becoming the famous thing about Derek's. Let me tell you, every one of us are supposed to have some psalm as a favorite. I think this is a great cloud of witness here about what has happened in the last 30 years, but it's also going to be a witness for what's going to happen in the next 30 years. I'm looking forward for that event, whether I'm here or not. I'm gone to heaven, but it is going to happen. There's going to be a lot of things, incredible things going to happen in this Springfield church. And I want to just thank every one of you, especially the committee that headed this 30th anniversary celebration through Jackie. Incredible. You have done an incredible job, Jackie. And I also want to mention everyone's name that Derek has mentioned, but there is no time. We're going to go on a tour. But thank you so much for gracing this occasion. God bless you all. Amen.
Just so that you know, even before we start, this area right here is where we meet at on Sundays. The podium is down in the front, and basically we sit at the tables. We used to sit up stadium style with the chairs, but now we just leave the tables out and we all sit at the tables. And then there's no hassle of trying to break down the tables, put up the chairs back and forth when we don't have as many people to do that. But nevertheless, we have the tables out, people come in, and it's great fellowship. And not focusing on that, we can focus on the fellowship. So this is where we meet at on Sundays. Also, when they have the Saturday breakfast for the poor and needy, they sit here, eat in the hallway over here on the other side of this wall is where they come through the line and pick up their food. And then they bring it here, they eat, and then while they're eating, they're playing music on the stand. There's a house band, quote unquote, if you will, that plays music for the people that are one of the ministers may do a little a devotional of some sort for the people that are here eating. And then they can get seconds, and then that's what's going on here on Saturday. In the far back, in the area where I'm about to take you to next, there's showers and there's a washer and dryer in there that people can come take showers in there, and if they need their clothes washed, they can get them washed back there. And then there's another closet across on the other side of the room where if they need clothing, they can go in there and get clothing for free and not have to worry about it. They open it up for them to do that as well. And then cold days or even hot days, if it's hot outside, they need some air conditioning. If it's cold outside, they need some warmth. This hallway has tables in it so that on the other side as well, so that they can sit and have a cup of coffee if they want, or they can get that and bring it in here. And they have other programs here. Wash Street Mission is awesome at meeting needs. Of course, one block over is, well, actually the next block over is this St. John Bread Line. So Monday through, actually every day of the week, 2 times a day, Monday through Friday, and then once a day on Saturday and Sunday, they can get a real meal over there. But then that's why Wash Street Mission has the breakfast on Saturday mornings, so that they can get a breakfast meal too. But close vicinity that they can meet their needs, but then also get something to eat the block over from here as well. And after I take you in the back, I'm going to take you up so you can take a look at the office too. So anybody who wants to come, I'll take you back. Like I said, it's a quick tour just to show you the area that you can get a feel for what's going on in there. Any questions before we head in the back for those who want to go? Oh, the ladies, if you walk through this doorway, the next doorway, hang a right, and it's a washroom at the end of the hall right there. And for the men, you go through the big room, and there's a set of washrooms there for both men and women, but men can go use that one back there. All righty, there'll be cake cutting, so if you want a piece of cake, you can get that. And then it'll just be fellowship for the rest of the evening. Thank you. Oh, tomorrow morning we'll be at church, 10:30 a.m. at Lake Springfield Christian Academy for church service. Thank you.